Hello and welcome to Herald TV News Bulletin with me, Orina. Vasco Railway Police registered an offence against activist Olencio Simoes, Orwell Dorado, Francis Braganza and Camilo de Souza for damaging the JCB used for railway works. The offence is also registered for allegedly assaulting the railway workers by pelting stones. Vasco Railway Police have registered the offence under sections 143, 147, 148, 324 and 427, read with 149 IPC, and further investigation is being carried out. Activists reacted angrily to this fresh attempt to intimidate anti-double tracking activists who are fighting to save Goa.
रेल्वे डबल ट्रॅकिंग हे गोंयान जे जाता न्हू हे गोयचे निसांटाण एनजीटीन हांगासर हॉल्ट केला थंयसर करूंक शकना म्हणून घाटाचेर वेस्टर्न घाट्सान तुम्ही करूंक शकना म्हणून आणि तुमकां हे गोंयान आमचो निसर्ग आमचे झरे कितें आमचे न्हंय बीन काबार करून तुमकां कोणें सांगला रे डबल ट्रॅक कर म्हणून आणि इलिगल प्रोजेक्ट मरे तो तेंचे कडेन परमिशन आहा रे आमचे म्हाका सांग लँड एक्वायर करपाची परमिशन आसली रे तेंचे कडेन आतां काल डेप्युटी कलेक्टरान खंय तेंकां सपोर्ट केला ओके मानता आमी कितें रे पूण कितें करता ते जेन्युनली करा मरे आयज आमचे जे 4 भावांक एक्टिविस्टांक अरेस्ट केल्या न्हू हेचो निषेध करता आयज गरज ना तुम्ही डाव धरूनच आसले तांकां कशें अरेस्ट करूंक मेळटा काय म्हणून आयज म्हाका एक सांग आमचे पर्यावरण नश्ट करून झाडां पेडां नश्ट करून आमचे जे वॉटर बॉडीज आहा हे नश्ट करून तुमकां डबल ट्रॅकिंग जाय डबल ट्रॅकिंग आमकां गोंयान नाका हे डबल ट्रॅकिंग अदानी आनी जेएसडब्ल्यूचे पोट भरूंक बसोंक ना आमी हांगासर आयज सरकार जेएसडब्ल्यू कडेन अदानीक सपोर्ट करता टोटली सारको आनी आमच्या गोंयचे आयज तुमी निसांटान करपाक उठले कितें आयज खरी गरज आहा गोंयकारांनी एक जावपाची कितें डिफरंट इश्यूचेर एक्टिविस्ट झगडटात कितें आनी आयज जे आमचे गोंयचो सरकार आहा न्हू हो हे इश्यू नजरअंदाज करून आयज गोंयचे निसांटान करपाक सोदता आयज जे पॉलिटिशियन जे आहा न्हू हेंच्यांनी आयज आमच्या गोंया काबार केला कितें हांव तुमच्या ह्या घाणेरड्या कृत्याचो आयज जे आमच्या एक्टिविस्ट भावांक अरेस्ट केले न्हू हेचो निषेध करता हांव कित्याक सांग आयज ते आपले गोंय वाचोवपाक भायर सरले कितें रेल्वे डबल ट्रॅकिंग हे कोणाक जाय जेएसडब्ल्यू आनी अदानीक जाय कोळसो हँडल करपाक आनी कोळसो आमकां मारून उडयता आमी ह्या तुमच्या घाणेरड्या कृत्याचो निषेध करता आनी हांव अख्ख्या गोंयकारां कडेन मागता हे डबल ट्रॅकिंगाचो निषेध व्हडल्या प्रमाणान जावपाक जाय म्हणून
वास्को रेल्वे पुलीस जे आसा वॉलंटियर आणि वॉलंटियर वांगडा जे काम करपी डबल ट्रॅकाक ऑब्जेक्शन खूब दीस जाले ते करता हे तकलेन धरून वास्को रेल्वे पुलिसांनी तेंचेर अंडर सेक्शन जी खोटे आरोप करून तेंकां आरोप हे करपाचे अरेस्ट करपाचे एक तकलेन जे धरलेले आसा हे कंप्लीट चुकीचे आहा हे पयलीं पासूनच तेंकां आयज आमचे गोंयच्या लोकांच्या हिता लागून झगडटा हे रेल्वे पुलिसांनी आणि थंयसरले स्थानीक जे गव्हर्मेंटातले मनीस जे आसा हेंच्यांनी दोळ्यान नजरेन धरून तेंकां तेंचेर कारणा शिवाय जो खोटो आरोप केलेलो आसा की हे हेंच्यांनी आयज ते थंयसरल्या स्थानीक रेल्वे पुलिसाचे लेबर जे आसा रेल्वे ट्रॅकाचे पुलीस रेल्वेक जे काम करता तांकां मारले म्हणून तेंचेर खोटो आरोप केलेलो हे चुकीचे आहा कित्याक हो ओलंसियो आनी तेजे वांगडचे गांवचे लोक आनी ते सायडीचे सावथाचे लोक कंप्लीट आदी पासून हेका विरोध करीत आसा हे लक्षांत धरून एक ओलंसियो बरें काम करता ताका भंय घालपाक तेणी हेजे फुडें कितें करूंक फावना म्हणून हेजेर एक खोटो आरोप केलेलो आसा आनी खोटी केस केलेली आसा हे प्रत्येक गोंयकारान लक्षांत धरपाक जाय कित्याक ओलंसियो बरें काम करता आनी ते काम हेजे फुडें करूंक फावना म्हणून तेणी हे दबाव हाडला आनी रेल्वे पुलिसांनी हेजो खोटो आरोप करपाचो न्हू आणि जी सेक्शनार जी आसा ही चुकीची लायलेली आसा.
किरण बोरकर फॉर हेरल्ड टीव्ही.
Will Panjim ever be able to get rid of huge number of private vehicles and daily traffic congestion? The solution to sustainability of Panjim as a city is not putting more flyovers, bridges and expanding the road networks, but to have a smart mobility plan and to ensure last mile connectivity. This will remove private vehicles from the city and bring in electric vehicles. There is a need to decongest Panjim of new projects such as a ropeway, etc. There is need for dedicated bus corridors to decongest Panjim. Listen in.
Today, a smart city needs a smart mobility plan, and what is lacking is the last mile connectivity. There are nice electric buses now connecting the cities point to point, but once you reach at the Kadama bus stand, there is no end transport and people are forced to take their own private vehicles. So this has to be solved by having e-rickshaws, and this we have seen in other metro cities. Once you get off the metro line, you can hop onto any of these e-rickshaws. They are soundless, emissionless, So they are pollution-free vehicles, and they connect you to the last mile. It will take you from the bus stand to your home. So this is a initiative which is greatly required in the city of Panjim, Margao, Mapsa. That will really help people from use the public transport and not use their private vehicles. Now we are increasing the road infrastructure and inviting more private cars onto it, and public transport space is getting reduced. So we should have dedicated bus corridors. We should have good frequency of these buses and the last mile connectivity. A lovely city like Panjim can have tram lines. They are very slow moving, emission free, and with rain and such elements also, it is very protected, very safe travel for all kinds of people, for elderly, for children, for them to go to school, for elderly to go for the shopping, etc. So this really has to be thought about it. Otherwise, having such bridges and flyovers and highway expansion will only allow more private cars and fill up our roads with more and more private transport, which is not a sustainable solution.
Get to the point that why has traffic increased such a lot in the last few months? It's actually doubled in the last 6 months to a year. The reason is that unnecessary development is taking place. For example, I've always been saying that is the ropeway which is expected to come somewhere in the swimming pool in another 3-4 months, 6 months, whatever the timeline may be. Panjim cannot handle the current traffic, and then you are expecting a ropeway to bring in revenues, and it will make a total mess of this whole area. DB Marg is already jammed, and any single extra car coming into Panjim, that will be the end of Panjim. So there has to be a rethink, and again I have been repeating, let the government speak to people who know the business, architects, engineers, town planners from the private sector. They can give a lot of ideas how this can be improved. For that matter, even Charles Correa Foundation is working on so many ideas. Why do we keep them in the corner? Bring them into mainstream. And there are a lot of activists who are also involved. But coming to your main question of electrical buses, of course it will help. It will help also in reduction of pollution. But that is not the only answer. We need to start rethinking what Panjim is made for. For example, it's going a little bit far, but for example, a place like Bhutan. Bhutan actually charges people to enter Bhutan, because that is a sort of a no development tax, because they are keeping it pristine for the future. Why can't we do something similar lines? I'm not saying such hefty entry fees, but similar lines. Anyone who comes to Panjim, pay a price for it. Pay a price for parking. Insist on parking to go into the parking center which Manohar Parrikar started. Half the time that parking center is left empty. Why is it? Let us use these spots. Let policing be strong. Let policing be also strict about, say for example, areas like this. Why are taxis coming into Panjim? Why are taxis parking in my own area of compound? Be strict with the laws. There are good existing laws, and automatically things will improve. But your main question, electrical vehicles, good idea, but all by itself it will not work.
The traffic in Panjim is completely gone haywire, and people are just keeping on purchasing vehicles now. And if you even see, we have new roads, we have new bridges, but even the new bridges are full of traffic now. If you see the Atal Setu the other day, for the last 2 days, it's fully traffic jammed because a lot of work is going on. Even our public infrastructure is falling apart. The Atal Setu is hardly 2 years old, and it's already going under repairs again. So we've seen that even public public infrastructure is falling apart. So the only way to actually go forward would be to reduce the traffic and to get out all the unnecessary traffic that's coming in. People are getting their own vehicles into Panjim. Why? Because we don't have proper public buses, we don't have proper taxi system in Panjim or in Goa for that matter.
Sagun Gowde for Herald TV.
People of the fishing village of Kakara, Goa, and fishermen were left outraged after unknown miscreants set fire to nearly 5 fishing canoes and fishing nets at the beach in the wee hours of Monday. Boats and nets worth rupees 7 to 8 lakh was destroyed in the fire. This is the second incident to take place in Goa. Previously, 2 fishing canoes were reduced to ashes earlier this month in Benauli.
Traditional fishermen of Kakra were left heartbroken after their fishing canoes, nets, and other fishing gear were destroyed in a fire on Monday morning. The incident came to light at 4 a.m. when the fishermen woke up to venture into the sea for a fresh catch and noticed their canoes on fire. The fishermen alerted the fire station, who immediately arrived on site, and 2 trucks were required to douse the fire. The fishermen who suspect arson also filed a complaint at the police station and requested patrolling at all times. The dejected fishermen at Kakra, who incurred a loss of around 8 lakh rupees, stated that they have now lost their means of livelihood. Bureau Report, Herald TV.
The alleged land-grabbing case filed by Raulu Kalab before SIT has been adjourned to March 23, 2023. On Monday, 20th March, Raulu Kalab of Dargal, who now resides in California, submitted his affidavit before the SIT in person. He alleged that although he was the co-owner, his other co-owner illegally sold the property at measuring over 1.48 lakh square meters to Mandre MLA Jeet Arolkar, who in turn has made plots out of an orchard property and sold it.
One-man commission inquiring into the land grabbing in Goa has today heard the complaint filed by Raulu Kalab, who has arrived yesterday from the United States to submit his affidavit today before the one-man commission. So his affidavit has been today submitted, and the special investigative team will file their affidavit on the 23rd. So the commission has adjourned this matter against the Mandre MLA Jeet Arolkar to the 23rd. In fact, the complainant, Mr. Raulu Kalab, who is from Mapsa but based in California, has filed a detailed affidavit today before the commission as to how his property, of which he is a co-owner, at measuring 1,48,000 square meters in Dargal, has been grabbed by the now Mandra MLA Jeet Arolkar. We have also in our affidavit submitted that Jit Arolkar, being a MLA and politically very influential and supporting the government, that the SIT has been dragging their feet in this investigation. Nobody can be above the law, and we expect this SIT at least to finally get their act together and bring Jit Arolkar to book for the crime that he has committed of grabbing this land of a senior citizen. So the matter will be now heard on the 23rd of this month. See, Mr. Raulu Kalap is the co-owner of that property. So what Jit Arolkar has done, he has taken a power of attorney from one of the co-owners, which is illegal. Because it is a co-owned plot at measuring 1,48,000 square meters, which has not been subdivided.
No, I just want justice.
What your case regarding?
So I just want to know कि last time when we spoke with the MLA, so he told us कि he have purchased this land. Only hardly the few part of the land has been left.
No, what he has done is basically bought everything out from the other partner and divided it into 200 plots. And I don't know how he got permission to build roads, electrical. This thing, the land has not been converted, and he has just taken upon himself to convert the orchard into a colony.
Sir, you have not sold him?
Nope.
Devin Gaonkar for Herald TV.
In a tragic accident, Meena Devi of Fakir Gali, Vasco was killed after the two-wheeler on which she was riding pillion was hit by a speeding car at Shantinagar, Vasco on Sunday. Meena Devi, along with her husband and two children, were travelling from Daboli Airport to Varnapuri on a two-wheeler. On reaching near Shantinagar, a speeding car knocked down the two-wheeler and all were thrown off. The woman, who received severe head injuries, was rushed to the hospital where she succumbed to her injuries.
घटना हांगा जाल्या ती अत्यंत दुर्दैवी आहा. आयज हे रोड खंय तरी जबाजब एकदम टू स्मूथ जाल्लेले आहा आनी तेज्याच कारणान ती स्पीड आहा ती चड जाता. आयज पळोवंक गेल्यार हांगा गणपती मंदिर जे आहा हांगा न्यू वाडे जंक्शन जे डायवर्जन आहा थंय खंय तरी स्पीड ब्रेकर जावपाची गरज आहा. आयज हे रोड एकदम स्मूथ जाल्ल्या कारणान खंय तरी लोकांक आपल्या स्पीडीचेर नियंत्रण ना. आयज जे आमी दृश्य पळयल्या त्या बायलेंतल्यान नाकाच्या कानांतल्यान सारकें रगत येयला आनी अशें दिसून येता तिची वाचपाचे चान्सीस खूब कमी आहा. हांव प्रशासना कडेन हेंय मागता की जे व्हेकल्स हांगा रोड सायडीन लायिल्ले आहा तेंचे खंय तरी पेट्रोलिंग जावचें. ते ब्रेकडावन आहा जावं एबंडन आहा जाल्यार ते काडून उडोवचे. असल्या कारणांनी टू व्हिलर खंय तरी एक मातसो स्पेस भायर येता आनी हे अपघात जाता. तशेंच हांव सांगूंक सोदता आयज एम्बुलन्स जेन्ना आपयली खंय तरी एक 15-20 मिनटांनी एम्बुलन्स येयल्या. ती एम्बुलन्स पयली येयलेली जाल्यार त्या पेशंटाक त्याच एम्बुलन्सान व्हरचें गावता आसलें. पूण आयज एक खंयच्या तरी 4 व्हिलरान तिका GMCन व्हेला. हे अशें घडचें न्हय. एम्बुलन्साचो जो रिएक्शन टायम आहा जो रिस्पॉन्स टायम आहा तो खंय कमींतल्या कमीत आसपाक जाय.
Villagers of Santistev on Sunday said that the bridge being built for linking Kambarjua and Santistev will have a catastrophic effect on the environment in the surrounding areas. The bridge built by the Goa State Infrastructure Development Corporation (GSIDC) linking Kambarjua and Santistev village has hit a roadblock since the villagers claim that necessary clearance has not been obtained by the GSIDC. The villagers challenged the said construction before the Goa Coastal Zone Management Authority (GCZMA). The authority has issued directions to the GSIDC to stop the work of the bridge in May 2022.
The bridge built by the Goa State Infrastructure Development Corporation linking Kumbujwa and Santisteva village has hit a roadblock, as the villagers claim that the necessary clearance is not obtained by the GSIDC. The villagers challenged the said construction before the Goa Coastal Zone Management Authority. The government began the construction of the bridge for local farmers to cross river stream for cultivation of fields from the Shunekator to Wansar field in the village of Kumbujwa. A section of the Santisteva villagers, including one member of the Santisteva Biodiversity Management Committee, opposed the bridge on the grounds that this project will destroy the Khazan's crocodile habitat and pisciculture. The GCZMA has reportedly completed the hearing of the concerned parties and is expected to soon pass an order in the matter. The villagers also filed a petition before the National Green Tribunal. The project is pushed without obtaining permission from the concerned authorities. Land has not been acquired and the government has not obtained the NOC from the owners of the affected properties, a villager said. Another villager said, mud has been dumped in the thick mangrove area of the Kumbujwa side, where the bridge is being built. The area falls under the CRZ regulations and we must protect it. We don't want development at any cost of our environment. One bridge already exists and in addition a ferry boat is functional at Dauji. We feel that they want to build this bridge to benefit the builder lobby. One of the petitioners on the condition of anonymity said that if the order of the GCZMA is not in the interest of the village, then the villagers will challenge it before the High Court. Devendra Kankar for Herald TV.
The exposition of the sacred relics of St. Francis Xavier, popularly known as Goenzo Sahib, will be held between November 21st, 2024 and January 5th, 2025 at Old Goa. The last exposition of the relics was held in 2014-15, 10 years ago. The dates for the celebration were announced 2 years in advance to help the pilgrims plan their participation in the event. A special committee comprising laymen and women and religious sisters and priests has been constituted to carry out arrangements for the exposition.
The exposition of the sacred relics of St. Francis Xavier, popularly known as Goenzo Sahib, will be held between 21st November 2024 and January 5th, 2025 at Old Goa. The last exposition of the relics was held a decade ago in 2014 and 2015. The dates for the celebrations were announced 2 years in advance to help the pilgrims plan their participation in the event. A special decree is issued to announce a spiritual event which draws people from across the world. In conformity with the long-standing practice followed by the Archdiocese of holding solemn exposition of the sacred relics of St. Francis Xavier every 10 years, the solemn exposition will be held in 2024 beginning on Thursday 21st November 2024 and ending on Sunday 5th January 2025, the statement read. A special committee comprising laymen and women and religious sisters and priests has been constituted to carry out the arrangements for the exposition. Bureau Report, Herald TV.
Goa Trade Union Confederation has alleged that Goa Chief Minister Pramod Sawant has no time to solve the Balram employees issue. They said they have been fighting for increase in salaries and allowance of the Balram drivers and staff since 2016. Once a marginal hike of Rs 1,000 was made in the salaries and assurances were given that the other issues would be sorted out, but till now nothing has been done. They demanded to give job security and other allowances and facilities to them while participating in a protest at Azad Maidan, Panjim on Monday.
सीएम जे आमचे गोयचे आसा डॉक्टर प्रमोद सावंत हांच्याकडे आमी कंटिन्यू ना जाणी कितल्यो मिटिंगो आमी त्यांच्या बरोबर घेतल्यो आणि ते म्हणटा तुमचो प्रश्न आमी सुटावो करता. गोविंद गावडे सुद्धा मदीं पडून ह्या विशयाचेर त्यांनी खूब मिटिंगो आमच्या सीएमा बरोबर घेतल्यो. सुटावो जाता प्रश्न अशें म्हणून सांगले. मातशें कितें तरी फायनान्सान फायल अडकल्या. आता लास्ट जी असेंब्ली जाली जानेवारी तेन्ना असेंब्लीन हो प्रश्न उपस्थित जालो बालरथ युनियनाचो. तेन्ना सीएमान डायरेक्ट सांगले की आपणे बालरथाचो इश्यू आसा तो सॉर्ट आउट केल्लो आसा आणि त्यांचे जे डिमांड आसा ते आपणे पास केल्ले आसा. हे असेंब्लीन तेणे सांगले. दोनदा सांगले. 2021 सांगले आणि आता परत 23 सांगले. तर जानेवारीच्या असेंब्ली जातकच आम्ही सीएमाकडे हो जेन्ना त्याने स्टेटमेंट केलो असेंब्लीन तेन्ना आम्ही सीएमाकडे वचून मिळून हे प्रश्नाचे डिटेल विचारपाक जेन्ना आम्ही प्रयत्न केलो. आज कंटिन्युअस आम्ही सीएमाची अपॉइंटमेंट घेवपा खातीर आम्ही प्रयत्न करता जाल्यार सीएमाची अपॉइंटमेंट आमकां मेळना. आज सीएम पुण्यान आसा, आज सीएम कर्नाटकान आसा, आज सीएम महाराष्ट्रान यूपी खंय आसा म्हणून सगळे देशभर आज आमचो सीएम भोंवता. पूण आमच्या प्रश्नाचेर तांकां एक सादी मिटींग घेवन ह्या प्रश्नाचेर जाला कितें हे विचारपाक उत्तर दिवपा खातीर ताका वेळ ना. म्हणजे आज सीएमाक आमच्या डॉक्टर प्रमोद सावंताक गोंयकारा खातीर इल्लो सुद्धा वेळ ना.
ब्युरो रिपोर्ट, हेरल्ड टीव्ही.
The closure of one lane of the Atal Setu has led to a massive traffic jam along the Panjim-Porvorim highway. It has been a harrowing 4 days for most commuters, especially between the Mapsa and Panjim stretches due to the traffic snarls along the roads leading up to the two Mandovi bridges. Commuters heading towards Mapsa and Panjim were stuck in serpentine queues for a long time. Several office goers were inconvenienced as they could not reach their workplace on time.
The closure of one lane of the Atal Setu has led to a massive traffic jam along the Panjim-Porvorim highway. It has been a harrowing 4 days for most commuters, especially between the Mapsa and Panjim stretches due to the traffic snarl along the roads leading up to both the Mandovi bridges. Commuters heading towards Mapsa and Panjim were stuck in serpentine queues for a long time. Several office goers were inconvenienced as they could not reach their workplace on time. The Atal Setu bridge is closed for vehicular traffic for a period of 10 days from March 17 to March 27th. North Goa Collector Mamu Hage has issued an order for closure of the bridge during the day and night to shift heavy machines used for mastic coating and resurfacing works. The order also states that the bridge will be closed only on a need basis whenever the actual work is being undertaken, and an option to open the bridge would be kept in case of an emergency. Bureau Report, Herald TV.
And in sports, Navali Sporting Club registered a solitary goal victory over Varka. With this victory, they moved into the finals of the Afonso Aguiar Inter-Village Football Tournament. The tournament is organized by the Kunkuli Union and was played at the Kunkuli ground on Sunday.
For Herald TV.
And that's all we have in today's news bulletin. Thanks for watching Herald TV News. For more news alerts, please follow us on Heraldo on Facebook and Twitter. Take care and goodbye.